Hi, this is Mr. Hammer. We're going to take up some questions from section 11.14 and 11.15. This is question number 15. Plot the set of points. What pattern, if any, is formed by each set? So let's look at A. We're going to plot the points from A first. 1, 2, so we're moving over 1 on the x-axis and up 2 on the y-axis, which is right there. 2, 4, so 2 over on the x-axis, 4 up on the y-axis. 3, 6, 3 over on the x, 6 over on the y, and 4, 8, 4 over on the x, and 8 up on the y. And then we're looking for patterns. It looks pretty clear that we have a line going up and to the right formed by those 4 points. Let's look at B. So we're going to start with 8, 0, 8 on the x-axis, and 0, which means we do not go up and we do not go down. So that's going to be right over there. 6, 2, 6 on the x, 2 on the y, which is up over here. 4, 4, 4 on the x, 4 on the y, and 2 on the x, and up 6 on the y-axis. Looks like we have another pattern. This time our line is going in the opposite direction, upward and to the left. Let's look at C, and we will do C in purple. So the first coordinate is 2, 0, so 2 over on the x, and 0, we don't go up, we don't go down, we stay right on the x-axis because 0 is here on our y-axis. 2, 1 is our next point, so 2 and then 1, then 2 and then 3, and then 2 and then 4. So it looks like we have another line. This time our line is a vertical line, and the last one we will do in yellow. The first point is 0, 5. So 0 on the x-axis means I stay right here. 5 on the y-axis means I go up 5. 1, 5 is here. 2, 5 is here. And 3, 5 is right there. And I have another line. This time my line is a horizontal line. That's question number 15. Now let's look at question number 16. For each equation, find 4 ordered pairs that are solutions of the equation. That's number 1. Number 2, graph each set of points. And number 3, identify each pattern. For number 16, let's write down our equation. X plus y equals 5. This is telling us that our x and our y coordinate added up together have to equal to 5. So let's pretend my x coordinate was 4. So let's pretend my x coordinate is 1. Well, I have to add 4 to make 5. That means I would get a coordinate of 1, 4 for this example. Well, I could also choose 2 for the x coordinate, in which case I would be adding 3 to give me 5. So my x and y coordinates would be 2, 3. I could keep going. 3 plus 2 gives me 5. My x coordinate would be 3, my y would be 2. And just for fun, I'm going to add a negative in there. Let's pretend my x coordinate was -2. What do we have to add to -2 to give me an answer of 5? Well, we need to add 7. So -2 plus 7 will give me 5. So my x coordinate would be -2 and my y coordinate would be 7. Now the next step is to plot those 4 points. I'm going to plot them in red. The first point is 1, 4, which is right here. The second point is 2, 3, which is right here. The third point is 3, 2, which is there. And the fourth point is -2, which means in this direction, and up to 7, which is right there. And it looks like the pattern, just like before, is a line. Let's go to 17. In this case, we have x plus y equals 10. So a number plus another number has to equal to 10. And that becomes our x and y coordinate. Let's try 4 for the x. That means I'm going to have to add 6 to give me 10. So my x and y will be 4 and 6. Let's try 7 for my x. Well, I would have to add 3 to give me 10. So my x and y would be 7 and 3. And let's try a negative number. -1 for my x. Well, I would have to add 11 to give me 10. So I'm going to have -1 and 11 for my x and y. Now let's plot these 4 points. 1, 9 is right over there. 4, 6 is right over here. 7, 3 is right over here. And -1, 11 is way up here. Looks like we have another line, diagonal line, also similar to the other one. The other line was over here. Now we're moved up a little bit more up and to the right. Number 18 has x minus y equals 2. So now we have a subtraction. So we'll do the same thing. If my x is 10, I need to subtract 8 to give me 2. So my coordinates will be 10, comma 2. Let's try another one. If my x coordinate is 8, I need to subtract 6 to give me 2. So my coordinates would be 8 and 6. Let's try 4. If x is 4, y has to be 2, because 4 minus 2 is 2, so my coordinates are 4 and 2. Let's try something a little more interesting for the last one. Let's make x negative 2. Well, what do we have to do here in order for my answer to equal to 2? I know that if I start with negative 2, I'm going to have to add 4 to move over to positive 2. So I have to subtract negative 4, because minus 2 minus minus 4 is really minus 2 plus 4. So my answer in this case will be negative 2 and negative 4. So let's try plotting these numbers. 10, 8 is up over here. 8, 6 is over here. 4, 2 is over here. And minus 2, minus 4 is all the way down here. So it looks like we have a line again. And this time our line goes up and to the right. Our final example is y equals x. Well, this one's pretty simple. If y equals 7, x equals 7. If y equals 5, x equals 5. Y equals 10, x equals 10. Y equals minus 4, x equals minus 4. So our points, the x will be the same as the y. So there's 4 coordinate points here. Let's try that. 7, 7 up here, 5, 5 over here, 10, 10 over here, minus 4 over here, and looks like we have a line. And interestingly, this line is parallel to the other line, but in this case, our line goes right through the origin, which is 0, 0. This is the end to the examples of 16, 17, 18, and 19. Okay, now we're going to look at section 11.15. Question number 4. Plot the points A, B, C, D, E, F on the grid. Then we're going to join those points, and then we're going to calculate the area of that figure. So let's get started. A is negative 4, so negative 4 on the x-axis, and then positive 3. So there's A. B is negative 4, and then negative 3, so we're going to go down for the y-axis, so that's B. C is 4, so on the right, negative 3, so down, 1, 2, 3, that's C. D is 4 again, but down to negative 1, so that's D. E is 2, negative 1, so there's E. And F is 2, and then up to 3. So there are our 6 coordinate points mapped. Now I'm going to connect them with lines from A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E, E to F, and F back to A. And it looks like we have an irregular figure with 2 basic sections. I'm going to draw like a line there, and we have this square here, and we have this square here. So the area of my first square, area, is going to equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have a 6 by 6 square, so 6 times 6 equals 36 units squared. And then I have this little square, which I can even count. 1, 2, 3, 4 has 4 units squared. So I'm going to have a total of 40 units squared as the area formed by that shape. So as a recap, first you plot the points, then you connect the points with lines, then you break up the shape in whatever way you need to in order to find the area. And that's question number 4 from 11.15.